Now, what if you could tap into the energetic blueprint of one of the most wealthiest people's minds? You're about to get a message from a multidimensional being who is named Tiero. From speaking about his past lives and how it has shaped him towards today, to actual guidance to expand his business even more. Enjoy your watch, and I'll see you on the other side. Alex Hormuz is a being that will ultimately put himself in a position of more power than what he has. I see within his energy as we speak is that he is expanding in his wealth and abundance to the point where he has his own freedoms. He wants to show that the true wealth is within, but in order to create the true wealth of freedom, there are certain things that you've got to do in order to do that, such as creating systems. He is a messenger, as well as a person that will want to use his influence to have a life of abundance. It's essentially a person that wants to create wealth by making other people wealthy.
So his soul wanted the experience of truly learning how to build wealth from a place of within and then helping others do the same.
Absolutely. He is a natural magnet and a teacher. His teachings will go in history as a case study for business, but in the content creation world. I see this gentleman being very much of a spokesman, even more so than what he is right now. There is a buzz that will happen for the next 2 to 3 years until he is ready to ride off to the sunset, doing all of his business transactions behind the scenes. His past life is from a place of poverty, and that he led a life of sacrifice in his past life in order to attain and clear any type of debts in this life. It is quite the polar opposite to what he has received and experienced in his previous life. A symbol for being humble in poverty, it's now in his life now an expansion of riches in this current life.
What energetic changes or upgrades happened during this rise of success and notoriety?
A lot of his issues in his past was not actually having the ability to be good enough. And this was something from his younger age. The capitalist was throwing caution at the wind and actually having no fear whatsoever. And that his destination was fated because he was in control of his destiny. He decided to become in charge and create the narrative we are today.
So, pretty much, he stopped giving power to that limiting belief of not being good enough and he took a gamble on himself.
He noticed that his true form of Alex Hormoz's true success is knowing that if it's not broken, it doesn't need to be fixed, and that he has used this formula and modified it in different ways, but using the foundations of it and carrying this on again and again and again. He has perfected a system that works well in this current time without any issues of fear, and knowing that everything that he's learnt, he has receipts for, which is why he's so vastly confident. He's very well oiled and drilled in terms of him being as a machine because he has the proof. He needs to own up to the mistakes that he's trying to cover up parts of his past. It's going to include having to put his hands up in order to show that there is more integrity in him, and that if he tries to not say anything, it would only bring a gray area in regards of his history. This is due to a covering or a cover up of how he wants to be perceived in regarding his physical health.
It sounds like he's got a bit of a shame wound. Is that what that is?
A shame wound, a type of body dysmorphia. The next year, early part of next year, will be one of his peaks. He is currently at a very high trajectory. Early part of next year will be his peak. This will be at the time of his success at around the times of February 2026.
Is there something detrimental that will happen, or is this just a natural curve in his success?
This is just the natural curve in his success. And the gentleman in question acknowledges the power of being in the spotlight now and knowing when to leave just before things will stagnate. His energy feels very much like he understands the area that is impactful when he has to be shown as being impactful when you are not being shown. Where there's value being shown and when there's value leaving. I would advise, and what I see going forwards for him, is to be very, very particular with the next 5 people he co-collaborates with. His strongest way of selling is through the art of the eye test, because he is a very strong public speaker. Who he collaborates with really dictates on how things can go from good to great. And that there will be people that will offer the gentleman in question coverage using their platforms. And I would highly and heavily suggest that he doesn't speak to 2 other people that wants to collaborate with him. And that's because that they actually don't align from a business perspective.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your wisdom today, Tiero.
Thank you. Guys, if you enjoyed what you've seen, there's more to come. And if there's anybody else you're interested in seeing, let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you later.